Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting the bell button. On this video, we're going to be talking about not moving meetings. Not moving meetings. I don't know about you guys, but on our side, we start with a full day filled up with meetings, and before you know it, the meetings just start disappearing. And when you look at what happened at the end of the day, nothing happened. So we're just talking about not moving meeting in this video. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. My name is Lisema Matsietsi. Let's just talk about some of the etiquette that I don't know what it's called, etiquette, or is it called calendar etiquette, that we spoke about once when I was still doing my studies in senior management development program. We've spoken about meetings, how when you start sending a meeting, what guidelines should you follow? How's this relevant? Because if you follow the right guidelines, as far as I understood, it helps the other person to know, am I needed in this meeting or not? And also, if you tell them beforehand, they can make a decision. So for instance, you're setting up a meeting to say, can you tell me how far is something? And all they could do is just to reply to you in one sentence. So if you set up a meeting, make sure that the other person already know on how you're setting up the meeting and why you're setting up that meeting for such thing. And then also so that they can prepare to know who else could they forward the meeting to if it's important. But with that in place, I think we also discussed some of the things that one should do when you send a meeting invite. One of those is, don't just send, in the time of COVID it became a little bit better, but previously we would just get a meeting headline that just says team meeting or project catch up or program status, and then inside you don't know who's there, and you see all these people being there and you're wondering yourself, am I gonna be on fire today? First thing that we allowed is just like an email. Start with saying hi, ask the people how they feel, how they are, say why you're calling the meeting, and then write there just a little something of an agenda to say, in this meeting I just want us to discuss the following: point number 1 this, point number 2, 3, 3. If you have forecasted it, you know exactly who's supposed to be presenting what point. Right, point number 1 is going to be December, point number 2 is going to be December, point number 3 is going to be December, so that we know only December is going to be talking in that meeting. And what we're doing is we're just giving out our input. But what happens most of the time is we would have meeting and everybody else gets CC'd because they saw the headline that just says a month-end review, and everybody's sending everybody, and then after that they're like, no, this is a senior management meeting, everybody must not join, and it's all to avoid all of that mess. But in here, as much as we've spoken about the meeting etiquette, I had to stay there a little bit so that now you got the meeting invite with all the detail, with the agenda, and you are happy. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then before you know it, meeting disappear. Before the meeting disappears, I'm assuming if you are like me, you're already prepared a night before. You're like, today I'm gonna have 7 meetings. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for that, I'm going to have to prepare all of these things. And then before you know it, let's say at 9 o'clock in the morning meeting, you're still huffing and puffing. You woke up 5 o'clock, maybe you're like me. You prepared the stuff and the meeting just disappeared 2 weeks from now. And you're asking yourself, why is this happening? Also on the other side, I'm also gonna jump in. You set up a meeting, you're an analyst, you're supposed to be showing people, blow them off their socks, and you realize that you don't have anything else to blow them off their socks. And you are shook. You sent the nice meeting with the agenda, but you have nothing to discuss. What's the first thing that you're thinking of doing? You're thinking of what? Moving a meeting. And it's quite nice, even if you can just go edit meeting, set it to 2 weeks now, send, with no response to say why you're moving the meeting. And that, when you come to the meeting itself, it will create that level that people are already just hanging on, the trust is already gone. People are asking themselves, why am I here? Why did the meeting move? Those ones that are blunt, they normally ask, why did the meeting move from 2 weeks ago to now? I'm busy now. It's month end. I'm doing month end processing. So this is what I have decided to do. I'm gonna share with you. Instead of, before I go and I move the meeting, number 1 is I have to face the music. Did I do the work? If I didn't do the work, I try by all means to type on the meeting invite beforehand to say, guys, we were planning to go through this thing. I haven't gotten, this report ready, but I want us to change the agenda and discuss this before the meeting, before I could move the meeting. Or what I can do, number 2, is call the key personnel in there, ask them if they have anything else to contribute. If they say we're still waiting, ask them if I should move the meeting. If they say yes, then I go on to this meeting invite, I write down what's happening, then I send it out. Number 3, if I could not do any of the 2, I have to go and face the music. So what I do is, if I've moved the meeting normally like a couple of times, then now I sit and I attend the meeting. Then I have to give the people a status feedback. So I have to prepare feedback to say, here we were last week, here we are this week, we're still waiting for this, guys. I'm battling with this to unlock. The number 3 is the most important one, which was found as one of my strongest character when I did emotional intelligence training. They said I'm quite strong with being vulnerable. So the third one actually calls for vulnerability. If you are a vulnerable person and want, you thrive when you are vulnerable, number 3 will be quite easy to do. So those are the 3 things that I thought about, preparing. I'll see you guys in the next video.